Hey there, Scott here from authorityfunnels.io. So in this quick video, I want to take you through how to create and embed a Jotform into a Kartra page. So for those of you that have purchased any of my pre-done Kartra campaigns, there are a few like the high ticket application, the 4-in-1 funnel as an example, where I've gone to the trouble of creating a Jotform and embedding it in the relevant pages within those campaigns. So again, you may want to change some of the questions. You may want to just leave it as is and import it into your own account as an example, or you may not have a Jotform account and you want to know how to get started. So that's what this video is going to be about. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to sign up for Jotform. Now you can sign up for free, but there are a range of pricing that is available depending on how often you'd like to use it, how many different forms you'd like to make, etc., etc. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to sign up and walk you through the process of how to get a Jotform account. So the first thing you want to do is obviously sign in. So let's sign up for a new account. So just sign in here, put my details in, put a email address in, and we'll put a password in and confirm a password, and then we'll create the account. So now we'll fill out some other details, which you can just put in this job title, other, industry, internet marketing, just for argument's sake, and finish. So now we don't have any forms as yet, but we do have a free account set up. So with that being said, you can customize by looking at particular goals that you'd like to achieve with your Jotform account. But for the simplicity of this video, let's just create a form, and we'll do that by importing one of the forms that you may already have from one of my pre-done campaigns. So let's have a look at how that works. So the first thing you're going to want to do is click the Create Form button. So let's do that. And you have three choices. You can start from scratch, use a template from their library, or you can import a form. So again, if you've already purchased one of my pre-made Kartra campaigns with a Jotform embedded, you can import that form into your own account. And here's how you do it. You literally click on the Import Form button. In the members area, you'll find the relevant URL for that particular Jotform within your particular campaign. But for the purposes of this video, I'll walk you through it. So I'm going to take it from a web page. So up here, this is one of the forms that is available for the Jane Smith or female 4-in-1 influencer campaign. This is the URL. So all I need to do is basically copy this URL, place it in here, and hit Create Form. And give it a minute. And we now have that form in your account. So it's very, very easy to swap over. Now, as I said, you can obviously leave this form as is, but you may choose to obviously make some modifications to the form and the types of questions that you're asking based on your own individual needs. So I'm going to take a quick walkthrough about how to do that. So the first thing you can do is you can edit your welcome page. So for example, you might want to change the logo. So you can remove the image and upload your own. It's very straightforward, very easy to edit the text. You can change this to whatever you choose. Please complete the survey, whatever you'd like. And then there's a range of questions here. So let's talk you through exactly how to edit these. So you click on the question and it pops up, and then you get a properties. You click on that and you give it a second, and here are your options. So which of the following describes your business is the header? You can change that. Please choose the most relevant option to you, which is the subheader. You can change that. Then you have the options themselves, which are these tabs here. So you go to options and you can add your own. So for example, if you want to add another option, you click on this button here, up it comes, and you can change that to other 2 as an example. And that's done. And you can also upload an image or an icon like I've done here. So let's just put this one in here, and we now have a new one. If you want to delete any of these, you can change these. But effectively, it's very, very straightforward. You just put in what you want to put in here, icon if you choose, and you're good to go. And that one's done. And then we move on to the next one. How are you currently getting leads and sales for your business? Here's your question. You can change that. You can decide to click all that apply. And again, the process is the same. So go back to options. Here are your options. You pop them in this box here. And with every new one you add, it adds it automatically for you. And if you delete it, it takes it away for you. It's very, very straightforward. So these are very, very straightforward questions. Now you get to choose whether you have A, B, C, D type questions, whether you have text box questions. So let's add a form element in the middle here. So you can have a section header, your full name, address. They're kind of configured for you, but let's put in a drop down. So we just drag and drop, and then we type a question. How are you today? And then please select. So you've got option 1, 2, and 3. Fine, awesome, fantastic. There we go. So when they actually drop that down, they'll see those as the options they get to choose. Or you can simply put in here, fine, awesome, excuse the spelling, awesome, fantastic. And that's your subheader there. And then if you ever want to delete anything, you can easily remove that. So let's remove that. But effectively, all you need to do is click on each, hit the properties button, and then follow the process as it's laid out, and you're good to go. And you can add in whatever you choose. And as I said a minute ago, in the form elements, there's a range of different things you can add in here. But the key to a form like this, especially if you've chosen the high ticket application funnel or one of the 4-in-1 influencer funnels as an example, is the beauty of Jotform is there is what's called conditional logic sitting in the back end. So depending on the answers that are given, it basically sends your visitor to the relevant page based on their answers. Now, unfortunately, at this stage, Kartra doesn't have a survey or a quiz component built into their platform. I've been told it is in development and it is not too far away. It is a high priority for them. But in the meantime, if you'd like to use the Jotform, you can obviously redirect pages and visitors to particular pages based on the answers that they give within the conditional formatting. So as you scroll down, there's a range of information here that I've collated or put together, I should say, question-wise. And what I've done is there are certain questions within this particular Jotform that are designed to take people to certain pages based off their answers. So because this particular funnel is designed for a coach or a consultant who is effectively assessing whether they would like to work with this person as well as gathering certain information, there are certain questions that will either qualify or disqualify them from getting through to the next stage of booking a meeting with you. So as an example, we ask some pretty relevant questions here, but when we start getting down to this question here, there are basically 4 options. I don't have financial resources to invest. I have the ability to generate them. I do have financial resources, or I'm all in. Now, if they don't have the financial resources, you really don't want them getting through to book a meeting with you on the calendar, because they're obviously a tire kicker or they're just not in the financial position to be able to potentially afford your services. So you're probably wasting their time and most definitely yours at this point. Now, that doesn't mean you throw them away as a prospect, but at this point in time, you would take them to a do not qualify page, or I'm sorry, it's probably not the best time to speak, but here's some optional other training for you, whether that's other free training that you provide or maybe a lower ticket offer to get them into your funnel and continue to nurture them to the point where they do get to the point where I'm all in, I want this, I really want to spend that money. Same with this particular question, what is your budget to invest? Again, this is all obviously easily editable. If it's, say, for example, less than $2,000, but your services are $10,000, well, there's no point having a chat with somebody who's only got $2,000 to invest. So again, that would be a disqualifying question, but you can obviously change this to your own needs. This is another conditional logic question. How soon do you want to start your training and generate leads? So again, we want to speak to people and get them on your calendar who are red hot to go right now. So if they say 1 to 2 weeks or 3 to 4 weeks in this particular Jotform, that takes them through to, yep, you're qualified, fantastic, I want to speak to you, because they're obviously keen to go right now. If they're saying 6 weeks plus, there really is no need to be speaking to them right now. Let's speak to them a little bit later when they're pretty much ready to go. We're kind of wasting a potential booking for somebody who could have been more interested in starting sooner than the 6 weeks. But again, I can't stress this enough. All easily editable, however you choose, whatever fits your business model. So we continue on, and effectively that is the questionnaire. So the conditional logic that I'm referring to, you then go to settings, and this is where you can make some specific changes. So you go to the conditions tab, and here's where you can add some conditions. So let's have a look what's already in here. So you can change. Let's have a look at another one. What is your budget? When? How soon? So let's have a look at this one. How soon do you want to start your training? So for example, you get to choose which of these questions. So question number 12, how soon do you want to start your training? If it's equal to 6 weeks plus, so as I've just mentioned, if it's somebody that is looking to start but they're not ready to start right now, you can then redirect them to effectively whatever URL you want. John Smith, do not qualify, whatever URL you've set up, and that takes them to a separate page or alternative training. So the minute they click that button and when they hit submit, it basically tells you that they're not a good fit to speak to you right now. So that's one of the conditional formats, and you can save that. Finally, so I can best serve you. You can choose anything you want. Do you have let's just say you only want to speak to people who have a personal website. So we say yes, please select a field. If it's equal to, do you have a personal website? What do we do? Yes. And where do we send them? We send them to your application page or whatever page that you see fit. But effectively, that is how you create the Jotform and make some edits and modifications. It's pretty straightforward, and all you need to do is follow the process. But once you've done that, let's talk about publishing the actual form itself and embedding it within a Kartra page. Okay, so we've now created our form. We've included our conditional logic based on the questions that you choose to use within your business model. So the first thing you're going to want to do after that is obviously change the name. So let's just call it test questionnaire. And now you're going to want to publish the form itself. And there are a number of things you can do to publish the form. So the first thing you want to do is come to publish. Now, depending on how you actually want to interact with your customers, you can just simply give them this link and you copy that and we put it in a new tab. And if you just want to include the link and have people come to the form, it'll just be hosted here online. Alternatively, within the Kartra platform, you may choose to embed the form within a page, which I prefer to do because it keeps your potential visitors and customers within your realm of influence by having them stay on your website. So let's have a look and see how that works. So I've got a Kartra page open here, and I would like to include this section here within with a survey. So the first thing I'm going to do, let me just delete the original one, and I'll show you how to put this particular one in this place. So the first thing you want to do is go back to the form builder. You want to go to the embed tab, and you want to copy this little piece of script here. So copy that, and then want to go back to Kartra, and you scroll down on the left hand side here, and you'll see you're able to put in your own set of code. So we'll grab that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this here and just drag and drop into this middle section here and wait for that to load. Now you're going to want to put the code in this section here because this is where I want to embed the form. So we click on the pencil icon, and you'll see some pre-existing data there. So do not touch or remove any of this data. It needs to stay there for Kartra reasons. But where you want to put the actual code is between these two parentheses here. So I'm literally going to hover my cursor here, and I'm going to paste the code that I've just taken there. I'm going to hit save, and this will work away, and my form will now be embedded in this section here. Now I want to make sure that I have a white background, so I'm going to go to the pencil icon here, background color white. Hit apply. Now I'm just going to save the page and publish that live. I'll wait for the page to load, and then I'm going to open up the page and show you what it looks like live and within a URL. So I'll get the page link, just copy this, open up a new tab, my page, and my page will load. So here's the live page. As I scroll down, here is the survey, and it's embedded within the page itself. Now, because I'm using a free Jotform account for this demonstration, you'll see the Jotform brand in there. But if you do decide to take a paid version of Jotform, there are options where you can actually have that removed. But now my form is embedded into the Kartra page. And then your potential visitors, prospects, and customers can now go through the process, fill out the application. And let me just show you what it looks like when you get a notification when somebody's filled out some of this information. So now when somebody fills out one of my applications, I get an email notification and I get all the relevant information. Now at the moment, because Kartra doesn't have survey or questionnaire capability, it doesn't stay within Kartra. This will have to come to your nominated email address as an example. But this is an example of somebody that's filled out one of my questionnaires. So they've told me what best describes their business, what they're interested in discussing, how they're getting leads and sales. They've answered all my relevant questions. And because of some key ones here, namely, what is your current monthly revenue? What is your target monthly revenue? What best describes you? I do have the financial resources. They've met certain criteria that I need within my business model to, by all means, jump on a call with them right now, because they're obviously in a position where they can afford and utilize my services. And then obviously when you get a notification like this, you can also make the necessary recommendations based on what it is that you would like to achieve within your business model. So look, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Hopefully that's given you a very quick overview of A, how to sign up for Jotform, B, how to create or modify your own or effectively clone one that you've already maybe purchased from me via one of my done for you funnel campaigns, and obviously at the same time how to actually embed a Jotform into a Kartra page. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.